This takes a 5/8 socket. Now generally, I like to just give these a little tap on the side, just to loosen it up. Pull it off right by hand. There you go. There's your rear main bearing and rear main seal. Okay, and again, when you take these off, you shouldn't mix them up because they're machined to fit each journal. Journal 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we'll just set these down here in order as we take them off. And these also all have an arrow pointing forward right on the bearing cap, so when you're putting it back together, you just point the arrow forward and you'll be alright. Okay, got all those out. Simply lift the crankshaft straight up. Straight up. I'm going to lay this one down. It will stand up on end, but to inspect it, I want to lay it down. Before I take the bearings out, we'll take a look at them. I'll wipe them all off with a little clean rag. Well, it's not that clean, but you get the idea. Okay, now these bearings just have normal wear. They still have the babbitt left on them. Doesn't look like any of them have spun. See, they all have little lock tabs right there, and that holds the bearing in place. See? And if you have a lubrication problem or some reason or another, things don't fit right, that bearing will actually spin on the crank and spin and ruin the block alignment and everything where you hold your bearing. So you want to avoid that. Make sure everything fits tightly and just like it's supposed to. And the crankshaft itself looks pretty darn good. There's no wiped out bearings. Everything looks shiny and smooth. We're going to put a micrometer on it and measure what size it is so we know what size bearings to buy. Looks pretty darn good. See, there's no scarring or burned up areas. Or very good. You can also tell where they have welded some additional metal in here. So perhaps this unit's balanced. That's what that is. And as for our bearing caps, same deal as the journals here. Just have normal wear. Nothing really wiped out very badly. Now we did have a couple bad pistons. Let's see if we could find them here. That's where some debris fell in the engine, evidently, and smashed right against the piston. You could see it really messed up that piston and just shaped it. That's what did all the damage. I'm thinking it was probably a valve seat that fell out of the head. This one got chewed up right here too. Now back over to the heads. Well, over here are the cylinder heads. As you can see, we have these valve seats are really worn in very far on these exhaust valves. If I can try to get a better angle. See how they're sucked way in there? This metal material that the valve seat is made of evidently just cracked and fell out. That's what banged up against that piston that we were just looking at. Especially on this head here. You can see the head got banged, pieces of debris got banged around in there. Again, the seats are way down. Those are going to have to be replaced. So we'll take these heads apart, send all this block and other hardware into the machine shop. It looks like we're going to get all new pistons on this one.